You are on patrol in the harbour area of the city late at night when a crashing noise and the sound of splintering wood send you running towards the dock the noise came from. Once there, you're surprised to see that a big wooden sailing ship bearing the name The Nightmare has crashed into one of the jetties, virtually destroying it before coming to a stop. You can see nobody on deck and the ship eerily quiet. Standing nearby when you arrive is the harbour master, a halfling named Roscoe, and he's scratching his head. He says, "I don't like the look of this. Where's the crew? How did it get here with no one at the wheel?" And then he says, "The other thing I don't like the look of is that." And he points upwards to the flag which is attached to the main mast, which is a skull and crossbones. Okay.
Hey. Good. I'm going to see if I can perceive anything or see any traps or anything like that.
Okay, do you want to give me a
So
D20?
as perceive, you're basically just looking around.
Yes. I need to get my dice, don't I? What number do you need?
10.
A 10-sided dice.
20.
A 20-sided dice, you need a 10. I got a 1.
Right.
And I don't think I have any plus 1. Got 2.
You think, you say, oh, that's a ship. Ship, that is. I mean, for a 1, really, technically, you should have a rock.
Can someone else do some perception, please?
For a 1, I should throw. No, it's an aeroplane.
All right.
No, I'm going to lay out the ship.
Can I do the same?
Yeah, go ahead. You need to roll a dice.
I got a 12. I got a 12. And my perception is plus 3.
Oh, you see, you should have done the perceiving in the first place.
Okay, well, I mean, you agree with Roscoe. It doesn't make any sense that that a giant ship like that could have just sailed from the sea, landed in this port, and landed at a jetty with no one steering it. It doesn't make any sense. You can't see anything on board. It's nothing dangerous. You can get on board easily. You know, there's ladders and things.
Is it daylight?
No, it's late at night.
Would be.
Yeah, I was picturing kind of like
we're going to have to go on the
hunted ship. I think we are.
We need to go on. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got to look around us as we go on.
So I've spent quite a lot of time this week researching the names of various decks on board ships and getting familiar with all the terminology. So you're in for a treat here. I only know about 5 terms, to be honest, but I will be using them. So you can easily climb up onto the main deck, and you could explore the main deck by the moonlight if you wanted to. So you can see that the main deck, you can visualize it. There's a main deck here with the bow at this end and the stern at this end, and then there's a captain's quarters are usually in the stern, and there's a built-up area, and on top of the roof of the captain's quarters, that's where the helm is, the ship's wheel, and
Right.
and there's a flight of stairs leading up to the helm, and there's the rest of the main deck. So I'm gonna assume you've climbed on board and you're on the main deck now.
Can I suggest that we go cautiously and have a look around? And is there anything suspicious that looks as if there's been foul play?
Looks as though there's been what?
Foul play. Is there any damage to the
Yeah, that's true.
wall
Does the main deck look like it's pretty undisturbed, like it's pretty normal?
Well, you start to look around. You see.
The ship?
You look to your left and you can see that there's some crossbows out at the front, which is typical of a pirate ship. Some giant crossbows, ready to attack other ships. They're loaded. They don't seem to have been fired. There's nobody on deck. The lifeboat is still there.
Just like they've disappeared.
Want to each roll a d20 for me, please?
Have we hung around too long and it's come to find us?
18.
20. Okay. So
and a +2.
For what?
Okay, so Plim and Lashana, more or less both at the same time, notice a blood stain. They notice a deep red stain in a line, and one part leads up the steps towards the helm, the other part leads towards a flight of stairs going below deck.
So presumably someone's been dragged from the helm to below deck, so the action goes down deck. But I think we should explore upstairs first because that seems safer. So should we have a quick look in? Is the helm?
Somebody could be downstairs bleeding out.
Yeah, but they're pirates, so that's okay. Can we check out is the helm and the captain's quarters the same thing?
The helm is on the roof of the captain's quarters, known as the quarterdeck.
Can I see? Can we see anything in the captain's quarters?
Well, there's a door to the captain's quarters. You could go in there, or you could go up the steps.
Let's go in through there.
So you're going into the captain's quarters.
With shield, I've got my shield.
Okay. Okay. So, who's opening the door?
I'll open the door.
Okay, Lashana opens the door and goes in first. Quite dark inside. You can't see very well.
Have we got like a magic flare or something?
I can see quite well in the dark.
Yes.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
It's one of my abilities.
Yes. So you can see.
Not perfectly, but I can see quite well in the dark.
It is indeed a quarters. It looks like it's probably the captain's quarters. It's fairly plush. It has a double bed and a leather armchair. It's lavishly decorated with fur rugs, silk tapestries, and quite a lot of pretty ornaments, statuettes, vases, coloured glass bottles.
I wonder if one of the ornaments is some kind of magical item that's caused this thing, whatever's happened to happen.
I wonder why a single captain needs a double bed. Has his wife been taken?
Maybe he just likes to spread out.
Yeah. So we're not seeing anything.
Do we want to spend any time exploring? Yeah. Do we want to explore the room more, or do we want to get out and go and do something else?
Does it cost anything to do a quick perception scan for somebody?
You want
check?
to
So Bailey, you do it because you've got the best perception. Like look at like the items and stuff and see.
Yeah, just get a sense. Is there anything in here that's been taken? Anything that like maybe there's a spot on the shelves that there's a
All right, give me a d20.
Okay, 2.
This will all look perfectly fine.
I'm gonna have a quick look. 16.
19.
And I've got this one.
Well, as Lashana's the only one who can actually see, she's actually the only one who because you guys can't see anything. But Lashana, looking around, it doesn't look as though there's anything particularly dramatic happened in here. It's just an empty room. The only observation that Lashana makes is that it feels as though it's a woman's room.
Ah, okay.
As though it belongs to a female.
Femininity there. And there's no
So
sign of
that's Bailey's
blood
question
on the
about-
ground in there, is there?
Under the bed. Let's look under the bed.
There's nothing under the bed.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I think that we know there is a captain. Nothing seems to have been disturbed. It's likely a woman. Unless there's any wardrobes or anything for us to look through, I think we should head down where the blood trail leads.
Yeah.
Again, cautiously.
We're not going to look at the helm first?
Isn't the helm just the front part of the ship where the steering wheel is?
It's like the roof of the captain's quarters. It's where the blood came from.
I think we'll probably see a sign of a scuffle. But yeah, we can run up and check it out.
Stick our heads up into the helm.
Sure.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Sure, while we're here.
Still alive in there.
Okay. So I'm Lashana, you'll go first. You've got the best eyesight.
Say it again.
Lashana's got the best eyesight, so you're going first, yeah?
20-sided.
No, it's okay. You don't need to do that. So you go up to the helm and you follow the trail of blood, and you find that at the ship's wheel, the top of the helm, there's a huge pool of blood, dried blood. So it looks as though something was killed here, and then it looks as though the body perhaps was dragged from the helm down the steps towards the steps in the middle of the main deck, which lead down to the lower deck.
So I suppose we better go and investigate, haven't we?
Let's go check it out. Are we sending Lashana first, or are we sending Plim down because she can sneak and hide behind things?
Let's see if it opens first. Am I going to need to pick a lock or something?
Well, no, there's a flight of steps leading down. The biggest problem that you've got is that it's pitch black down
there. So has anyone got any magical flares or something?
Did you say magical flares?
Yeah, do you have a one of those reusable cantrip or something? You don't have one of those that creates light? Has anyone got anything that creates light?
Mine is a sacred flame, but I think it's for destroying things rather than lighting the way. Lashana, that sounds like something you might have.
Can I go and ask the guy on the dock if he's got a torch or something?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's looking up at you, Roscoe. Yeah, there's lots of torches all dotted around.
Okay. Well, can we get one each, please?
Okay. So Roscoe passes them up to you, and you're each carrying a torch now, are you?
Yep.
Okay, so he passes the torches up to you, and you're holding them in your hands as you move along the main deck, head towards the stairs.
Okay.
Start going down. All
right, let's go down the stairs.
Into the ship. Okay. So the first thing that hits you as you move down is the smell. It's not only dark, it also reeks of death and decay. It takes you a minute to overcome that, but eventually you come down into the main deck, find yourself in a large open plan room with hammocks scattered around and a couple of doors.
Okay.
A couple of doors leading off it.
There's nobody in the hammocks.
The hammocks are all empty.
I'm going to use my thief skills to just have a quick look around and see if there's any trap doors or traps or anything that might be
give
dangerous.
me a d20, please.
Can we see where the blood trail leads?
Yep, sure.
18 plus bonuses if you want to know. Do you want any bonuses, or is that enough?
No, that's fine. So the blood trail peters out in this sort of area. As you look around, you realize that there are lots more blood stains everywhere. There's pools of blood, there's marks, you know, as though things have been dragged, things have walked through it.
Things, when you
There's
say
blood
things, is it
spatters
not
up and down.
normal footprints?
Sounds like maybe the captain was captured, drugged downstairs. Everybody in the room, all of the crew that were in their hammocks and people in the adjoining rooms, sort of were like, oh my gosh, and started running around and running through the blood trails, trying to fend off whatever attack it was when they saw that their captain was being held by whatever the thing.
Can I ask a ship question? Who would be on the helm? Is that where the captain would be hanging out? Or would the captain be in his quarters and he would have a scrote doing the helm?
No, the captain moves around the main deck giving out orders, but he isn't the person who's at the helm. There's a helmsman whose job it is to do the steering.
Okay.
So I'm wondering whether the captain may have had some kind of curse or witchcrafty kind of thing that's made the captain turn on everyone. There's no sign of blood or anything in the captain's quarters. The captain seems fine.
So maybe then she took over and captured the helmsman. And but why would she need to control? I mean, why would she need to say, right, I'm taking over control of the ship? Like, she already has control of the ship. She's the captain.
True. I don't know. It was just a thought.
No, you're absolutely right. You're right. That sounds logical.
Hang on, Stephen. Mum has a hand up.
Oh, go on.
Can I ask you a question? You mentioned something about footprints. What kind of footprints were there in the blood?
Well, it just looks as though. Well, give me a D20. Roll a D20, and I'll tell you.
11.
Okay, so it looks as though blood has been spilled, and then people or something continued to run through it, you know, spreading it around. You can't necessarily make out any footprints specifically. It's more just a matter of just an impression that you get that after the blood was spilled, activity happened. There's blood spattered all up at the walls as well. And also there are a lot of weapons just lying around on the floor.
And do these weapons
like people just
look as if they
disappeared.
belong to
Yeah,
the
this is why I'm
people that have
thinking there's something magical or cursed.
Yeah, that was it. That was a good thought. Can we not just follow the blood trail? Is there no, it peters out, so we don't know where it's gone?
There are various blood trails leading off in different directions. There's two doors. There's three doors actually, leading off this room.
Plim, do you want to try the doors and see if you can get through any of them?
Yeah, I'm going to pick the one on the left, please.
Okay, so towards the bow of the ship. Okay, so who's opening the door? Plim. Okay. Plim opens the door towards the bow.
Whoa, he's got a grin on his face as if I'm about to die.
Not at all. Not yet. This door opens into a room which is quite similar to the room you've just been in. It's full of hammocks. There's hammocks on attached to the beams. There's blood in various places up against the walls. All weapons lying around. Could you give me a D20?
$16.
Okay.
Do you want any bonuses?
No, it's okay. So you open the door and everything's completely quiet, and then all of a sudden you hear a noise to your right, a scratching noise.
Puppy.
Spin round.
Probably not.
Just in time to see a rat scurrying across the room.
A normal sized rat?
Hide behind some crates in the corner. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just a rat.
So are none
Look
of us
at the crates. I'm gonna look at the crates, but it's gross.
Are there any more doors in that room?
Pardon?
Could I have a D20? Could I have a D20 from Theo as well, please? Yeah. Theo first. Theo?
12.
Because
You're not Theo.
we're following
not
her
Theo.
in, aren't we? So
Bailey,
Yeah,
you're
He's a
Theo.
player, Theo.
yes,
I
it's
thought you said-
coming. 15.
15. Okay. Theo,
My perception is +3.
can you hear that? Can you hear that? Footsteps, soft footsteps, somewhere around you. You're not sure where they're coming from. It sounds as though you can hear someone moving around. As
Someone
soon as you
invisible.
stop to listen, it stops.
In the same room, does
I'm
she
going to say hello.
or is it in a different room?
Your Flynn says hello.
Yes.
Oh, I've heard you're never supposed to say hello to the unknown because you never know what might answer back.
Could I have a D20 from Lashana, please?
Why, Lashana?
10.
10. Okay. As you step across the room, you suddenly feel that you've stood on something.
Okay. How do we
And
perceive what it
You
is?
post for dramatic effect, or is your computer frozen?
I
Wait.
I looked down,
I thought I was
presumably.
assuming you were going to look down. I mean, you don't have to look down.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going
You could
down
just-
to see
oh, I
what
stood on
I've gotten
something.
on.
You could do that.
She treads confidently across the room
Yeah.
like the sassy girl she
I'm not
is.
interested in what I stood on.
I have my shield, and I'm
No.
going to investigate what I stood on.
You hold the torch down to illuminate what it is that you stood on and see that it is a heavily tattooed, severed human arm.
Mm. Did anyone reply when I said hello?
No.
Can I check this
tattooed
room
human
for-
arm? Okay, so I think we've probably got a bunch of dead people here. I think we should keep exploring rooms to see if we can find
Can
anything.
I check this room for thiefy stuff like hidden trapdoors and traps and
Okay, give me a D20 then.
I'm interested in the crates in the corner. 8. Plus, do you need something for what am I doing? What skill are you looking at?
You're searching for it's a, I don't know.
Pardon?
You tell me what it is that what skill you're doing. Perception, is it? Or?
Stealth.
Hmm?
Can I
I was
use
thinking about
stealth?
stealth as well. Why don't
hand?
we sneak around a bit?
I've got good
Stealth.
scores for stealth and sleight of hand.
Okay.
Can I use them?
So you move around
Plus 7.
the room extremely stealthily, and for a moment there, nobody knows where you are.
I've just had a thought, you guys. There are 3 doors and there are 3 of us. What if each of us take a room and then
think
if
we
we
should
find
split
something, we
together.
shout? Oh, okay.
Let's get
There's
to it.
risk of
though.
that being very dangerous.
Okay.
So is this a dead
So
end
you-
now, Stephen, or is there more exits?
Yes, you're at the bow of the ship now, and it just seems like this is the barracks, the crew's quarters.
So we need
So you'll need to move back towards the stern of the ship,
back out
where there's
and
another.
choose another room. Okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to choose a room?
I think we should go to the next one.
The closest one to
Let's go
us.
to the middle one.
Okay, so you walk across the room, across the next room. It's still very, very quiet, very eerie.
Okay. Does anyone have what's everybody's stealth score?
7.
7. Lashana, do you have anything better than a 7?
Plus,
Where
that's a
am I
plus
looking?
7. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I
don't
think we should
I've got anything higher than a 7. No.
No one's going to have higher than a 7.
let's why don't we send Plim on another little recce through this one?
Alexa.
All right, Plim, will you give me an intelligence score,
For who?
please? An intelligence.
Me,
Could you give Plim give me an intelligence check, please?
plus 3.
And I'll need a D20.
10 plus 3, 13.
Okay, so you know enough about ships to know that the area you're heading into now is the officers' quarters. So it's slightly better quality rooms. So you come to the door of one of the officers' quarters.
Okay.
And open it.
Yes, I'm going to open it stealthily.
Stealthily. Okay, good.
Yes.
You open it very stealthily. As you open the door, you become aware of the noise of hundreds of flies buzzing around. And as the door opens, you're hit with a fetid stench. It's so overpowering that you feel you might be going to throw up.
I'm going to close the door while we collect our thoughts to keep the flies in.
Okay. So you don't want to let all the flies out to kind of
Well, not for now. We're just while we have time to think about it. So the door.
Right. So I think we've kind of concluded that there's a dead guy.
Do we want to check the other room and come back to here?
Okay, let's do.
Okay, you open the other room and find an officer's quarters, but there's nothing particularly. There's nobody in there. It's completely empty.
Does anything look as though it's been stolen?
So we just have a good look around. Nothing.
It doesn't look
interesting.
look
around.
Shall I do a perception scan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Where am I? A D20 plus 3 gives me a 10.
Okay, it looks as though it's an abandoned quarters.
So is this smell and fly so bad that we've got to kind of take cover? Should we open the door and then take cover in one of the empty rooms while the flies clear out and the smell clears a bit?
Flies tend to stay where the smells are, don't they?
Would that be worth doing? Or so if we open the door, we're going to be hit with a wall of flies. And
I mean, the flies won't hurt us,
open the door and then run. Open the door and then immediately run to the stern of the ship. Sorry, the bow of the ship.
Well, isn't there a room?
I'd like to go in.
Okay, I'm going to open the door, but I'm going to stand behind the door.
But I'm going to put something over my mouth, perhaps just a piece of material from my clothing, cover my face a little bit for the smell, and go in with my shield. I would like to go in and see what's in.
I'm behind the door.
So you open so Lashana opens the door.
No, I opened it, but then I stood behind it, and then Lashana's going to go in.
I'm a soldier.
So you see another officer's quarters similar to the one that you've been in across the hall, but there is a barrel in the middle of the room here.
Can I have a look inside? Is there
no sign? Are there no signs of like dead bodies or anything? Because I presume the smell is the smell coming from the barrel? Can we tell that?
Well, the room is filled with a disgusting smell.
I think we're pretty
there's
sure
nothing else
person's in the barrel.
Other than the barrel.
Are there any body parts in here that's causing the smell? Is there anything obviously causing
nothing that you can see?
I'm concerned about the footsteps and where someone is here because we heard footsteps, didn't we? But let's worry about that.
Yeah, so you're right. We don't want to get shut in. So if you're,
I think, Lashana, could you tell me what you're going to do, please? Because the other two aren't really.
Well, I've got my shield, and I'm going to walk around the room. I'm going to check the barrel, and I'm going to carefully and cautiously go around the room with my torch and my clear eyesight and see what's going on there. Make it clear.
So you're looking in the. Are you looking in the barrel, or you were avoiding the barrel?
I'm looking in the barrel first.
Okay. All right. So I'll deal with that in a second. What are you two doing while? What are the other two doing while she's doing that?
Is the barrel open?
I'm asking you what you two are doing.
I'm going to
explain to you in a minute what's happening. I'm asking what you two are doing.
I'm in the doorway.
In the doorway. Okay.
I'm watching from the doorway.
And Theo?
Okay, so I don't know. I'm tending to think I think I should just do a loop. If Lashana's looking in the barrel and Plim is guarding the doorway, because Plim, you're not hiding, you're guarding the doorway, right?
And I'm ready with my crossbow.
Okay, so if she's got an eye there, I'm gonna hold my torch up high and go look in the corners and look around the room to see if there's anything else in this particular guard's
Okay.
quarters while Lashana looks in the barrel.
Okay, so Lashana, you edge towards the barrel and peer over the rim, and you see the barrel appears to be full of severed body parts,
Oh my goodness.
crawling with maggots.
Mm.
I'd like you to do a Constitution saving roll, please. Could you roll a d20?
Is she going to lose her lunch?
The what?
Is
Roll a
she about to
d20,
lose her
please.
lunch?
17.
17. Lashana bravely fights back and staggers backwards, thinking, oh, this is disgusting, but manages to keep her lunch inside her.
Okay. Have I found
Is there a
anything?
lid that we can
with
put
my
on
little-
the barrel?
Sorry?
Is there a lid that we can cover the barrel over with?
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Are we sure that there's nothing else in the barrel but body parts?
Well,
You putting your hand in to find out?
would you like to investigate?
dump the barrel out. We're not staying in this room anyway.
Can I tip the barrel
So
over?
why don't I say you guys clear out, and then I give a big
Get
kick.
out, get out.
Well,
I'll say while you do that.
Well,
Okay.
you still have to guard the door. You're not going to leave me in a room with a barrel full of body parts, are you?
Okay, could you give me a d20 just to make sure you're strong enough to push the barrel over?
Okay. Is
It's
there
possible
anything
that
else?
these body parts will turn into some zombie fighting machine.
What
I've
have you
got
got?
6, but I've got a +2 strength.
That's okay. It's not that. It's an easy thing to do to push the barrel over. It's not too heavy. So you push the barrel over and out spew 20 or so severed human limbs. You see a head in there as well. You see torsos. They're all rotten. They smell disgusting. There's maggots everywhere. Could you give me a d20 Constitution check, please?
Okay. Start 29 + 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm afraid this is too much for you. And as all the body parts spew out, you also spew out. Start heaving and retching and throw up. And as you do so, anybody else who's in the room is suddenly triggered as well. And I'd like you to do saving rolls as well, please. I think you're in the room, aren't you, Flynn?
No, I said I was out of here if she was going to tip that
Oh,
barrel.
you ran away. You're still in the room, aren't you, Lashana?
I am, yes.
I thought you were still at
Could
the
you
door
give me a
guarding me. I said you're not
Constitution
going
I'm
to
in
leave
the
me in
doorway, but
there.
I'm not like I'm on my way out. I said out.
Okay.
I didn't hear
D20,
the
please.
instruction. The
D20, please, Lashana.
Does this
17.
world have DNA testing? Am I now scene of the crime
17.
with my puke?
No, it's not. It doesn't know. Okay, so you managed to remain
So am I to
composed.
believe that we've now
And
searched
Theo-
all the rooms? Sorry, go on,
It does
Theo.
appear
What?
that you've searched.
Been
It does appear that
everywhere.
you've searched everything now. You've been everywhere.
So can we do?
What?
Is
We
it-
haven't heard any more footsteps.
Do you want to stop and listen?
Yeah. After we.
Okay, give me a D20 then, please.
Who?
Whoever's stopping and listening.
I'll, okay.
9.
5.
Not good hearing going on.
8. What do we put on top of this? Wisdom or
Nobody hears anything.
So I want to be sure that we've had a good look around. So can we spend like a few minutes just having a look around all the places we've already
Yeah,
been,
sure.
just checking.
Okay,
All
so
the
you
corners.
look around the lower deck, making sure you covered everything, and there is actually a place you haven't been to yet.
Okay.
In the middle of the floor, there's a hatch.
I still
leads down.
looking for trapdoors.
Well, it's not a trapdoor; it's a hatch.
Okay.
And it's it leads down into well, do you want to do an intelligence test, see if you know where they normally lead down to?
Into the hold, isn't it?
7.
Do you know that from Among Us?
8.
11.
Okay, Lashana thinks a ship like this, usually at the very lower deck is the cargo hold.
Okay, so should we go down?
And there's a hatch which is bolted.
Can we undo the
Right.
bolt, or do we need to pick the lock?
No, it's just a bolt. You can do it.
Pull the bolt open.
Okay, we
and-
could do it, but we're going to do this cautiously because I'm worried that there's something bad down there and it might jump out on us or something.
Yeah,
so we're
I mean,
poised. We've got our weapons handy, ready to.
guys, I have a spell that is a detect magic spell, but I can only use it once. No, twice per day. So that could be a thing. Given that we haven't found anything before we go down the hole, should we just detect to see kind of what we're up against, if there's something magical or real, or does it not matter?
Just as you're discussing this, the silence is broken by a sustained creaking sound, and the ship suddenly lurches to one side, causing you to stagger a few steps. But
Oh, it's
actually.
not going back out to sea, is it?
First, you think something bizarre is happening. Do you want to give me an intelligence check? Someone, D20?
Yeah. 10 plus 1, I've got 11.
18.
Anybody else? Oh no, 10 minus 1, I've got
So
9.
Tim
17 plus 1. 18.
says it'll be the tide going out.
Said
So
what?
the tide will be going out. So the ship isn't moored correctly. It's not tied. It's not floating. It's crashed into the jetty. So the tide's going out.
That
And
is now taken out.
the falling river level is causing the ship to move. It's probably nothing to worry about, but you don't want at this stage. But you don't want to.
Can we go and get the guy on the deck on the dock to tie us up so we don't drift?
If you want to, yeah. Yeah.
Who's fastest? Why don't we just send Lashana, because she's quite quick. Just to
Yeah.
run up and
And
say, hey
also
Roscoe,
the
tie us
soldier
up.
that needs to
Yeah,
be
sure. That only
in
takes a
the-
second. You can run back up the steps, call down
Okay.
to Roscoe, tell him to tie the ship up. Sure.
Okay.
Any
Okay.
sign of anything when she went back up on deck?
Nothing's changed. Things the same.
Okay, so you're going to make us go down into the whole cargo hold, aren't you?
Let's do.
I
We
don't
got.
know
We
anything
got to
about
do
We
it.
have to do.
Let's do that. I'm happy to go down with my shield and my spear,
So you
And we're going to open it up first and see what happens
my
before we.
long sword
down.
in my hand and my shield.
just an observation though. Do you want to give me a perception check, everyone?
Yeah. Can you use perception checks at any point?
If you ask for them.
6 plus 1, 7.
Well,
I've got a 2.
So Lashana notices that when the ship lurched, a few crates and things were dislodged, and something fell on the ground. And you know, it appears to be a dead rat.
Oh, is it the
What
same
is-
rat? And it's
Oh,
now
yeah.
What
dead?
is in those crates? Did he eat
Well,
something in the?
could
Can
it be
we look
poison?
at the crates? I looked at the crates earlier, but I didn't find anything.
Oh no, it was just crates. You know, it all just got moved around. It's nothing.
But that was in the
nothing
same
sinister in it.
room where we heard the footsteps.
I think there's something going on in that room.
I think we need to do a magic thingy. Do some sort of, I don't know, maybe not, but should we go back in the room?
Yeah, let's
Or should we just
check
go
that
downstairs?
first.
You're back on the lower deck now, aren't you?
Yeah. So the first room, the room where the rat and the arm and footsteps were. Is there
Yeah.
anything else in that room?
I mean, we
That's where the
didn't
hatch is.
look around.
That leads down.
That's where the hatch is. Okay.
So let's go down into the hatch.
So yeah, we're going to open the hatch,
Down into
Okay.
the.
but stand back cautiously. Be ready for anything that comes out.
Yeah.
We've been everywhere else.
Okay.
It's the only place left.
So opening the hatch is easy. It's just a bolt. You can undo the bolt without any skill checks. And you can open the hatch. and beyond the hatch, you see a flight of wooden steps leading down into the cargo hold. As you open the hatch, you're hit again with another stench, which somehow, unbelievably, is worse than anything you smelt before. And there are more flies and rats down there than you've ever seen in one place in your lives.
I'm going to throw the dead rat down the stairs.
Okay, so you pick up the dead rat and notice for the first time that it seems to have bite taken out of it.
Nice.
Oh. Okay. So there's something walking around eating things.
It's something invisible or magic or something, because we can't see anything.
Cannibals?
Guys,
If
I
I
think
throw-
I should
if I
do a
throw the
detect
rat-
magic. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
I would like to do a detect magic, please.
You have a detect magic spell, do you?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up.
While Stephen's doing that, perhaps we should be thinking about whether there are any bites out of the human parts.
I'm not going anywhere near them.
Pardon?
I'm not going anywhere near the body part.
Or when we come again to more body parts by the smell, there's going to be something else.
Yeah, true. We'll keep
Perhaps
an
we
eye.
it might give us a clue as to what's caused this. And if whatever it is a creature of some kind eating the bodies, or whether it's purely robbery or violence or just somebody being bloody minded. We should perhaps think about that.
Dang. Yeah,
Okay, you're going to cast a detect magic spell.
I am.
You don't sense any magic.
Ooh.
Okay, so would that have picked up magical creatures as well? You know, mythical beasts kind of thing, or in this world, do they not count as special
Well, in this
magic?
world, they're not mythical.
Mhm.
So have I thrown the rat down the stairs?
If you like,
Yep.
What happened?
it makes a satisfying thud as it hits the ground.
No, no noises of anyone reacting, anyone down there who's reacted to it.
No.
Can we all hide in case something comes up the stairs? Oh yes, Lashana?
Shannon, what would you like to say?
I would like to go down
That's the spirit.
with my shield and my long sword.
Okay.
And
What? Lashana's going down the steps. What are the other two doing?
I'll go with her.
Okay.
I'll follow.
What if we get locked in? I'm going to wedge something. I'm going to wedge something. I'll wedge one of the crates. As we go down, I'm going to wedge one of the crates so that the door can't close on us.
The hatch sort of opens up like that, so you could put some crates on top of the hatch to make it
That's
more
true though.
difficult. More difficult.
Why
to
was it
close.
bolted shut? Why wasn't it just shut? Because
Yeah, who's locked
in
it?
a ship,
Good point.
if things go like this, ships don't go upside down, so hatch doors are not going to naturally open.
Somebody's
why would
on
they
the
have-
outside, aren't they, that's bolted it. So someone's up there. So perhaps somebody should stay out there to
Should
prevent
I?
it from happening.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a Plim job, to hide behind something and with her crossbow trained on the entrance to the hatch and make sure that
Yeah.
nobody
Yes.
comes to lock
Yes,
us
I'm
in.
going to hide.
Yeah.
I'm going to hide in that room with my
Because by
crossbow.
the sounds of it, the culprit isn't down there. The fact that it was bolted from the outside
Yeah.
mean that the culprit, whoever is responsible or whoever are responsible, did this and they're not down there. They would.
All right. Plim, if you're going to stay on the lower deck while the others go down into the cargo, I'm going to have to ask you to not listen. If you're not with the other two, then you're not going to find out what's going on.
You want me to go down, don't you?
No.
Okay, I'll stay up just for the first minute, and then I'll follow.
You're staying out for the first minute.
Up for the first
Can we
minute. Do
say-
you want me to mute my sound?
Yes.
Do you want me to turn my sound off when you tell me if I hear anything, if they call me or anything, I'll go down. But I'm going to
Okay.
stay up there for the first minute in case anything comes.
Okay.
Okay, try speaking.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Anything?
Okay, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Okay. Well,
Okay,
Suzanne-
Lashana,
Suzanne's
you
gonna
lead
miss
the
all
way
the
with
fun,
your
isn't she?
shield.
okay. So as you go down, this is the storage area, and there are a few sacks and barrels dotted around, but your eyes are drawn immediately to a large mound in the middle of the room. And as your eyes adjust to the gloom, you realize that you're looking at a pile of putrid, dismembered corpses.
I don't like the look on Bailey's face.
And then as your eyes are taking it in, you notice that one of the corpses is still intact and not in fact a corpse, but is slowly moving around the pile. Its hairless skin is grey. It's tall, humanoid. It looks emaciated, and it's gnawing on a severed human limb, which it's holding in its hands. You can't tell in the darkness whether it's eating an arm or a leg, but it's eating in the way that a human might eat a chicken leg. And it sees you when you come in down the steps.
Okay.
And it drops its meal and fixes its malevolent, sunken green eyes on you. And
I
you
would like
notice
to
as it
call for
drops it,
Plim.
you notice as it drops it that it has huge hands with terrible claws on the end of its long fingers, and it smiles, revealing a mouth of pointed teeth and a long, thin tongue that flicks around its teeth and lips.
I
you're
would
going to Plim.
immediately go in with
Suzanne?
my long sword,
Suzanne?
see this as a menace and a murderer and a cannibal, and I would go in immediately with my shield and
Spirit.
my sword.
I
You need to
have
get
an
Suzanne.
idea. What if we
Suzanne.
run back up the stairs?
Yes, we need to get Suzanne back down, yeah.
What
Hold
if we-
on.
okay.
I thought you said you called for Plim.
Well, what if we?
Can we
What
get?
if we?
Let's
We
not
can't.
waste
How do we? We
time.
have no way of contacting Suzanne to tell her to join back in.
Done.
She's pressed the wrong button. Are you there, Suzanne?
Yes.
You got my Superman symbol.
There you go.
Just to let you know,
As for Suzanne.
you're at the top of the steps and you hear Theo yelling, "Plim, get down here!"
Okay. I'll go down then with my crossbow.
Running down.
You
the
better
steps.
have that crossbow, girl.
I have that ready. I'm going
Now-
in with my long sword.
Do you not want to wait for? Okay,
As Theo
Lashana's
speaks
in.
and yells to Plim, the creature hurls itself at Theo with its long claws and sharp teeth.
Okay.
And we're going to have to do some combat. So I'd like you all to roll for initiative, please.
Can I just say something?
Do we get to
here?
tell Suzanne what it is?
Can I just say?
Well, can I
If
see?
you want to use your turn to explain to Suzanne.
When,
No, but what can I see? What do I
Okay,
see?
so there's a big pile of dismembered corpses in the middle of the room, and there's a huge grey, evil-looking humanoid with malevolent eyes, sharp claws, teeth. And as you enter the room, it attacks Theo.
And
It's
when
grinning
I've
at
got a
us.
special power that when a creature attacks a target other than myself within 5 feet of me, I can react to impose a disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay.
But I must be
Could I
having
have
my
your initiative
shield,
rolls, please?
and I've got my shield.
20?
Could you each roll a
Decided?
d20?
9.
20, okay.
But I've got my
20.
stealth attack or something, sneak attack.
15.
17.
And what's your plus for initiative?
Mine's +2. Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Mine's +2. Although when I've got my long sword, I've got a +4 with a D8.
Well, I'm just interested in your initiative at the minute. So,
Right, +2.
so 17 plus 1, is it, for Theo? So it's 18. Plim is 9 plus what?
3. 3.
Okay, 12. And Lashana, what was yours?
15 +2.
Okay, so the creature is attempting to hit Theo,
Me.
but Theo has won the initiative roll and can attack first. So,
Okay.
wanna give me a D20?
I just don't like the
What
way
are
that
you
it's
doing?
sitting there grinning at us with its licking its teeth. That makes creepy as heck. So, I would like to hear a little bit more for a second about what Lashana's thing is if somebody attacks in the vicinity. What did you say you've got? If somebody's
She
within
can
5 feet
sort
of you,
you can use her shield to protect you.
to kind of bash
I've got
at him
an
and
advantage.
beat him back. But,
But
oh,
you're
but he's not
attacking it
attacking.
first.
I'm
It's a
attacking.
But first of all, you're
disadvantage
attacking.
to the attacker.
Okay. Does the Sacred Flame only attack the thing I shoot it at, or if I were to use a flame in a wooden ship, would the whole ship go down?
The ships are not usually flammable enough to catch fire from a spell like that.
Okay, because I tend to have more luck with my flame than I do with my spear or my mace. No, I think we'll try a Sacred Flame first.
Okay. You know how to do that?
Which roll do you need?
D20.
15.
Oh, hang on, sorry. No, I got that wrong. You do the spell, and then the creature does a dexterity saving throw. The flames hit the creature full on and do damage to it. It doesn't like the flames, but it powers on through and still starts moving towards you. See what damage you do. 1d8. Okay.
Sorry, it cut out there. Are you
Okay,
waiting for me or are you?
Lashana.
Oh.
No, it's Lashana's action now. What are you going to do?
I'm going in with my long sword and my shield.
Okay, so you swing at it with your sword. Could you roll a d20, please?
13.
What plus what?
2 plus 2, 15.
Okay, you slice into it with a sword. Could you roll it for damage, please?
Same D20?
No, it's
8.
d8
8,
plus
6.
6 plus 4.
And on a D8 it's plus 4, yes.
So you slice into it and your sword sinks into it, and you can see it's clearly taken some damage, but it still carries on and attacks Theo with its sharp claws.
Suzanne,
Okay, is it Suzanne's
What's
turn?
your armor class, Theo?
It's probably got advantage. It's got an initiative advantage over me, so I'll be next.
My armor class is 15.
Lashana attempts to use the shield, barge it out of the way, but isn't quite successful, and it does manage to get its claws into you. 8 damage for Theo.
I'm hurt pretty bad, guys.
Well, there's more, I'm afraid, because the creature has some horrific poison in its claws that can cause paralysis. Theo, could you give me a d20?
Isn't one of us resistant to poison or something?
Lashana.
Sean is resistant to poison. Okay.
There's my D20, 19. I'm lucky.
Yeah. Okay, so you sense that there's something not right about these claws, but you manage to shake it off. Flim.
I'm going to fire my crossbow at it. And I have my sneak attack. Do you know the rules of my sneak attack, or do you want me to read them to you?
Yes, you can use your sneak attack because you're in the shadows, yes. So D20 to see if you hit it.
1. What do I need? Because I've got a dexterity.
Yeah, you miss by quite a long way. And in fact, you almost hit Theo. But
Away, man.
So do I have? Does my sneak attack? Is that a separate attack, or have I just lost everything?
No, it's now Theo's turn again. So Theo,
Oh.
you're struggling.
Sorry, Theo.
The creature is on top of you. The creature is on top of you. It's attempting to scratch you.
Okay, well, I go in. I've got my spear, so I can't do any healing while we're in active combat, right? I can't do any
no.
sort of. Okay, so if I've got my spear, I've got a attack bonus of +4 on a d6 with my melee spear. So
Okay.
I would like to
You
go
attempt
for it with a
ram your
spear.
spear into it. Give me d20, please.
You a d20 or a 6?
20.
A 20. Okay. Oh, I've got a 6. Do I add anything onto that?
It's not going to be enough. The creature
+4, but that's
swerves
10.
out the way of your spear. Lashana?
I'm going in again with my long sword.
Okay.
Can she actively knock it off
And
while
I-
she's swinging at it? Can
I've
she
got a
knock it off?
+4 on a d8. Shall I do a d8? With my
No, a
long
d20,
sword?
please.
D20? 12.
Okay, you hit it with the sword and
+2.
knock a chunk out of it. You roll a d8, please.
D8, 6 on a +4 and a 6 +4.
Okay. So that's the damage. Yes, that's right.
6 plus
Okay, it's now looking
4.
quite wounded now. Its claws into Theo's neck and rips out part of the sword for 7 damage.
7 damage.
How
Yeah.
many did you have?
I already had 8, and my maximum is
Still
10.
alive. That's okay. You're still alive.
No, but I
No.
already had 8 from the last roll, and my
Had
maximum
8
is
damage
10.
on the
So you're
Theo's
dead.
now down to 0. Theo's now down to 0 hit points. So you're not dead yet, but you're in a very
But
bad way.
we've got to get a
unless
healing
somebody
potion to
helps
him
you.
as soon as possible. To him.
Well, you've got a minute or so probably.
Okay.
No, 30 seconds maybe.
So it's all on whether I can hit it with.
Flynn's turn now.
I need to hit it with this. Are you ready? 9, and I've got a dexterity of something like 5.
Okay,
So I've got a
your
dexterity of 5 and an
crossbow
attack
hits the
bonus of
creature
5. Yay!
between the eyes.
Yay!
Could you roll a damage, please?
Which dice? So it's 1d8
6.
plus 5.
6
Yeah.
is for the damage. I
It
think.
says 1d8 plus
1d8.
5.
Could you roll a d8, please? 1.
So it's 6 damage
That's
from that,
fine.
but then I get another one as well. I get another roll.
And then you get +5.
Because I've got
The
my
crossbow
sneak.
bolt hits it between the eyes, and it falls back dead.
Yay!
Yay! So now we've got to go straight
Okay,
away with
I am going to be
potion of healing.
tending to getting a healing potion into Theo while Lashana stands guard to see if anything else is coming at us.
Will do.
You hear a booming demonic voice. A female demonic voice saying, "You've killed my pet, and now you must face the fury of his many brothers and sisters.
Uh-oh.
They'll be arriving soon." Ha 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 ha. Theo, could you roll 2 4-sided dice, please?
The first 4-sided is a 4,
Ooh.
Okay, and again.
and refresh, and the second 4-sided is a 1.
Okay, you get 8 points back.
Yay!
The voice says, "I'm going to kill you now."
Can we see anyone where this voice is coming from?
No. The voice starts laughing and says, "Here they come, here they come." Ha 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 ha.
I think we
I
just
don't
take
think
the
anyone's
torches and
coming.
run. You don't.
Well, I don't know, because if we do that, are we then like finished and we never find out what
We're
happened?
leaving a villain, aren't we? To perhaps break loose and create havoc.
Okay, does anyone want to go in with torch?
Yes, I'll go in.
I'm gonna hide in the shadows with my crossbow.
Okay. So Lashana's going back into the room towards the voice to investigate, and the other two are
With my
hanging back.
shield and my longsword.
Okay, as you're walking across the room, you suddenly feel a stabbing pain in your chest, and you take 7 damage.
Okay.
What's your damage maximum?
You see a woman dressed in leather trousers with a satin shirt. She's wearing leather armor. She's got a crossbow in her hand, and you realize you've been hit by a crossbow bolt in the middle of your chest. And she's wearing a bandana, but she's wearing it over her face so that you can't see her properly. And she screams at you, "You wouldn't just leave, would you? You wouldn't just leave." And she charges towards you carrying a scimitar. Comes in to attack you again. So could you roll for initiative, please?
All of
D10,
us.
D20, 14 plus 2.
Okay, you get an attack in. Do you want to roll a d20? Yeah. Okay, you miss. The
At whatever point I'm allowed to fire a crossbow at her, let me know.
the
Should
woman
I have
swings
used my D8 or a D20 then?
20. The woman swings at you with with her scimitar and hits you, doing 5 damage.
Right, that's 12.
So Plim's healing
So
potion
you're
is
down to
used up,
0 now,
isn't
aren't
it?
you?
On me.
Hold on a second.
12. It's 7 and 5, wasn't it? Was it 7 and 5?
Yeah, but you only have 12 hit points.
We
You
need
fall
to immobilize her and
fall to the floor unconscious.
Okay.
Well,
Now,
am
Plim,
I allowed to fire my crossbow yet? Because I was
Yes.
poised in the shadows waiting.
Yes, do you want to fire your crossbow?
Plus whatever dexterity.
go on,
is it
Plim.
21 or
Okay.
something.
The crossbow
Okay.
hits her in the shoulder. The D, whatever it is.
1d8 plus 5. 7.
She sees where the arrow came from, and she aims her crossbow at you and hits you in the shoulder for 11 damage.
No.
Shoot,
I only
you
had 10.
guys.
I'm dead.
You're unconscious as well. Theo, she's
Okay.
now marching towards you purposefully with a scimitar. Roll for initiative, please. Oh, okay. So she reaches you and swings at you with the scimitar. She hits you with the scimitar for 9 damage.
And I'm only on 7.
So are we all dead?
What you haven't remembered is that
Oh, Lashana can resurrect or something.
Lashana
can't
has
she?
a second wind.
Yes.
Second wind.
So could you roll a 10-sided dice, please?
You can draw on to protect yourself from harm. Yes, indeed.
Could you roll a 10-sided dice, please?
6.
Okay, so you're now back up to 7 hit points.
Oh,
So I'm going in again. Comrades are lying down, and I'm going in full of fiery fire with my shield and my long sword, and I'm going to get this bitch.
go get him, Ton.
Okay, roll your dice. D20, please.
17 plus 2.
Yay!
Could you roll it again,
Go,
please?
Lashana.
Another D20.
16 plus 2.
Yay! Go,
Woo!
Lashana.
I want whatever app she's got.
Okay. She was attempting to dodge out of the way of your blow, but your ferociousness knows no
Not
bounds.
today.
Could you roll an 8-sided dice, please?
5 plus 4.
Okay.
Only the Shauna could roll an 8-sided dice and get 9.
Well, I've got a plus 4 when I go in with my long sword. on a
Okay,
D8.
you hit her with the sword, and she's clearly a little bit winded, but she's still almost at full strength. And
Oh my
she steps
goodness.
back and says to you, "Just take your friends and go. Go now, or I'll kill all of you."
How is she going to take us when we're lying on the floor dead?
Well, she's very
You're not
strong.
dead, you're unconscious. So what you've got to do now,
Okay.
the pair of you who are lying unconscious, you each need to
I'll give you the potion of healing.
so well
You
before
can give it to
before
one
that
of
happens,
us.
before that happens,
And then
when you get
back
to
up.
0 hit points, you fall unconscious, and then you need to make a special saving throw called a death save.
Oh,
So
I've got one of
could
them.
each of you roll a d20, please, and tell me the score.
I've got something about a death save on here. I've got something, and I've got some sort of advantage on saving throws. Is that the same thing?
No, just roll a d20, please.
14.
4.
Okay, Theo, you
I got
have
a
one
+3
successful
survival.
saving throw, but Plim, you have one negative. So if you look on your character sheet, in the middle there,
Mhm.
you'll see you've got
Oh, death saves.
successes
Okay.
and failures. So Theo, you have one success. Plim, you have one failure. If you get 3 successes, you survive. 3 failures, you die.
Where is this, you guys, that you're seeing the successes and failures?
In the middle of the character sheet, right in the
Oh,
middle.
yes, I see. Okay. So I have 1 success tick. Got it.
Lashana, what would you like to do?
Have I got any help from my comrades?
They're both unconscious.
Still unconscious.
You
And
can
she's
give,
just told you to take your friends and go, and she's waiting to see what you do next.
Have we had our healing potions
Perhaps
yet?
it might be better to go and come back with help. Or
you've
to
got to
lock
take
her
us
in.
though.
Well, what we're saying is we go out and we lock her in.
But
You're not
you
saying
have to
anything
take
because
us
you're
out of there.
unconscious.
No.
I'm gonna have to-
I would
Oh.
like to have another go. I mean, we must have weakened her.
Just
I would like to go in again with my shield and my long sword and have another, because she's not threatening me. I'm a soldier, she's a female.
Okay,
Who am I?
roll a d20 then.
That's so sexist.
8 + 2.
Okay, you swing at her with your sword, and she easily steps aside and attacks you with her sword.
It's so dead.
But misses you. You manage to step aside as well.
Okay.
Your turn.
So I'm going in again. It's a
Okay.
battle. I'm
Okay.
not leaving this woman to continue. It's my duty.
All right, now the pair of you need to do your saving throws now. Could we have a d10 each, please?
Okay. A D10.
Sorry, d20, sorry.
Okay. Haha.
20. 19. Okay, Plim, you have a positive saving throw. Theo, because you scored a 20, you actually get 2 saving throws, 2 positive ones. Theo, you're back up to 1 hit point again, and you are conscious.
Barely alive.
Barely alive. The woman pulls out a crossbow and aims it at Plim and says,
I'm already ground.
She
take
did
them
say,
now,
"Get out, or I will."
or that one dies. Your turn.
My turn, or Lashana?
It's Lashana's turn.
Why don't you take Plim, or I'll take Plim, and you can try to figure out who she is, because I only have 1 hit point, so I'm not very. If she goes for me, I can't take any damage, or I'm down.
Yeah, but Lashana only needs to be hit one more time and we're all dead because there's no one to take us home.
True. Should we just? I just want to know who she
I'm
is. I
not
just
giving
want
up,
to know.
and I'm going to take you two out and bolt and recoup and come back. Or burn the ship down.
Okay, so she hoys
Have you
one
got
of
any
either of
matches?
us over the shoulders. We have torches.
Yeah, leave the torch, she says.
I mean, all she wanted from the beginning was a torch. What damage could she do? What could she do? Burn.
Okay, maybe she wants to die. Maybe she wants to burn.
To bring these other people.
There's no other people, but maybe she's somehow possessed and wants to burn the ship down, and she wants us to leave the torch so she can burn the ship down after we've gone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
What-
Yeah, all she wants is one torch. Why, if we have three, why wouldn't we leave her one
Do that then.
and then bolt her in?
Do that.
Is there any way we can just like just pull down her bandana and look at her face and then run?
You can try.
That might tick her off though. It's not worth it. It's better to just get us out so we can do this again next week.
I would like to go in again. I really would.
We haven't
I
done
would
her any
like to
damage
go in
though.
again with you two for
She's really strong. We're not making any impact on her. We've done a shed load of damage.
or burn the boat down.
She's got some sort of magical power or demonic thing or something where we've done a lot of damage to her and she's hardly
Yeah.
scratched.
Are
She's
these
got no
torches-
magic though, because I didn't
demon-
detect magic.
Demon kind of thing or something.
Are
She's
these
somehow
torches
possessed, and
flames?
I think she's impossible to kill.
Are these torches flames?
Yeah,
No, they're
yes.
like little Duracell batteries, so you like press
If
the
we,
button.
if we flew
They're-
the torch into the ship, it would set it into all the center. It would set the ship on fire.
So
Like,
why
yeah.
doesn't Lashana
and-
grab Plim and start to run up the stairs, and I'll chuck my torch at her
Yes,
and then run,
yes.
and we'll all run
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Lock the door when you get to the top.
So Theo grabs Plim, Lashana drags Plim up the stairs. You manage to make it to the top of the stairs. Theo following shortly behind, throws a torch at the woman. She catches it. And you make it to the top. So what are you going to do now?
We're going to shut that trap
Shut
door
the
and
hatch.
sit on it.
So close the hatch and bolt it.
I would say close the hatch and then get off the boat. Go and get
Okay.
back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close the hatch and recuperate.
Okay.
And
All right,
take the
that's fine.
magic
Well, let's,
potions
Let's
of
stop there,
healing.
shall we? Let's
Are we
leave
not
it
done
there.
with the adventure?
Well,
There's more to do. Can we
let's
figure
say-
out who she is? What's going on? What's with the ship?
let's say we're back in the giggling gargoyle. It's very quiet there because it's morning, early morning, and the three of you, traumatized, are sat in silence at a table with a beer each.
Must be a Weatherspoons if they're open for serving beers first thing in the morning.
Staring into space, feeling quite shocked. I'm going to say one of you's in shock, probably. Porky, the landlord, is still trying to do his riddles in the newspaper. And after a few minutes silence, he yells across to you, "Hey, fellas, what has 3 hands, 3 feet, and 3 eyes?" 3 hands, 3 feet, and 3 eyes.
Aye.
He says, 2 pirates. And then he falls about laughing. Thinks it's hilarious. You don't think it's that funny, do you?
Oh, poor
Well, you sat
Pete.
around feeling sorry for yourself. Porky's trying to wind you up. When, of course, Liza
Aw.
comes in just to check up on you because she has had a bad day. And she tells you, you did okay, guys. You did okay. She says they still don't know exactly what happened. But it seems as though the pirate ship was attacked in the middle of the night, they're guessing, by a pack of ghouls who slaughtered the crew, leaving only the captain as a survivor. and the captain sailed the ship single-handedly to the nearest port, which happened to be Port Perro, where we were. And Liza isn't entirely certain what happened, but she suspects some sort of magic, some sort of invisibility or something, meant that the captain managed to hide from the surviving ghouls for long enough to steer it into port. And she seems to think as well that the cargo hold contained the bodies of most of the crew and probably their treasure as well. And that was why she wanted to be in there. But she didn't know how many ghouls there were. She was scared of the ghouls, who knows? But she was scared to go in alone. But after you dealt with it, she just wanted the treasure. Unfortunately, when they unlocked the hatch, they couldn't find her. They didn't know at that point about the invisibility. But another pack of guards turned up and opened the hatch, and they found the horrific remains of the pirates and the dead ghouls, and no captain.
Yeah, she's going to reappear, isn't she?
So she's out there somewhere, and now she has the treasure.
I think the captain has some sort of superhuman powers, and she's going to turn
well, clearly, because she has invisibility.
Another adventure, yeah.
Bravo, very good.
That's that.
These just keep getting better.
Now that was well over an hour.
Yeah, I looked at 124 and we've been going for a few minutes, so I'd say that's an hour and a half. But we could have been quicker looking around the room. So
yeah,
we
spent a lot of time
being very cautious.
And vomiting and stuff.
I couldn't help it. It was gross.